Your tires are wearing out faster than they should, and it's not your imagination. Between heavier vehicles, softer rubber compounds, crumbling roads, and a tire industry quietly raising prices while cutting corners, the modern driver faces a perfect storm that's draining wallets and compromising safety. This is the story of why your tires don't last like they used to, and what you can do about it. Let's start with the tires that came on your car the day you bought it. Original equipment tires, the ones the manufacturer selected, are designed to do one thing really well: make the car feel great on the test drive. Automakers specify softer rubber compounds for their factory tires because soft rubber absorbs bumps better, grips the road more confidently, and delivers a smoother, quieter ride. That's what sells cars. But here's the catch: softer rubber wears down faster. It's a fundamental trade-off, and the automakers have chosen the side that benefits them, not you. Most original equipment tires start showing significant wear after just 20 to 30,000 miles. Compare that to the best aftermarket all-season tires tested by Consumer Reports, some of which are projected to last between 55,000 and 95,000 miles. Michelin's Defender 2, for example, is projected to deliver 100,000 miles of tread life. That's potentially 3 to 4 times what your factory tires will give you, so right out of the gate, you're starting at a disadvantage. The dealership won't tell you this, but those factory tires are genuinely different from the same branded tire you'd buy at a tire shop. Car manufacturers order in such enormous volumes that they can dictate the exact performance characteristics they want. What they want is fuel economy, and they get that by sacrificing wear resistance and, in many cases, wet traction. So the Michelin or Bridgestone on your new car might share a name with a retail version, but under the surface, it's a different tire built to different priorities. Now let's talk about what's happening under the hood, or more accurately, under the floor. The rise of electric vehicles has introduced a variable that's accelerating tire wear across the board. EVs are heavy. A Tesla Model 3 weighs roughly 1,800 kilograms compared to 1,500 for a Toyota Camry. The BMW i4 eDrive 35 tips the scales at 4,553 pounds, 20% more than the gas-powered 430i. That extra weight comes from the battery pack, and it punishes tires. But it's not just weight. Electric motors deliver instant torque, the kind that pins you to your seat. Ryan Czyszczolkowski, the tire testing program manager at Consumer Reports, described it vividly when he said, "Some of these cars will basically snap your neck as you accelerate. And while it's fun, you're literally leaving a strip of rubber on the asphalt without the tire visibly spinning. It's not a burnout, but the rubber scrubs off just the same." Then there's regenerative braking. Unlike a gas car, which can coast freely when you lift off the accelerator, an EV is almost always applying force to the wheels, either through the motor or through the regenerative braking system recapturing energy. Dale Harrigal, Bridgestone's chief engineer for consumer replacement tires, put it simply when he said there's very little coasting that occurs in an electric vehicle, and that's part of the reason why the wear life drops. Across multiple studies, the consensus from Michelin, Bridgestone, and others shows that EV tires wear 20 to 30% faster. That translates to replacement windows near 30 to 40,000 miles versus 40 to 50,000 for comparable gas cars. All of this is happening on roads that are falling apart. 43% of America's public roadways are in poor or mediocre condition, and in urban areas, it's even worse. 32% of urban roads are in poor condition, with another 24% rated mediocre. In 2021 alone, pothole damage cost American drivers $26.5 billion in repairs, with the average repair bill coming in at $600. 1 in 10 drivers had vehicle repairs specifically due to potholes that year. Here's the cruel irony though. Heavier vehicles, the very SUVs and EVs growing in popularity, cause exponentially more road damage. A 6,000-pound vehicle causes more than 5 times the damage of a standard 4,000-pound sedan. The relationship between weight and road damage follows a fourth power rule, which means a 2-ton car causes 16 times more damage than a 1-ton car. So the vehicles we're buying are destroying the roads, which in turn destroy our tires, which pushes people toward bigger vehicles they think can handle the rough roads. It's a vicious cycle. Now let's talk money. Tire prices have been climbing sharply, and 2025 has only made it worse. Over the past 2 years, tire costs have risen more than 21%, more than double the rate of inflation. A tire that cost $100 now runs about $120. Premium options that were $250 have jumped to $300 or more. In May of 2025, Sumitomo Rubber North America raised prices by up to 25%, and other manufacturers followed suit. The driving forces are tariffs and production costs. Over 60% of tires sold in the United States are imported, and tariffs on tires from key countries have jumped to between 26 and 46%. Experts predict prices will continue rising through the end of 2025 with no clear relief in sight. There's also an environmental dimension to all of this that most people never consider. Each year, an estimated 6.1 million tons of micro and nanoplastic particles shed from tires as vehicles travel. 78% of ocean microplastics are synthetic tire rubber. The chemicals inside tires are raising alarms too. In 2020, researchers discovered that a chemical called 6-PPD-Q, derived from a compound added to tires to prevent degradation, was killing more than half of coho salmon returning to streams in Washington state. As Nick Molden, CEO of Emissions Analytics, put it, "You've got a chemical cocktail in these tires that no one really understands and is kept highly confidential by the tire manufacturers." Europe is responding though. The Euro 7 standard, set for implementation in 2025, will regulate emissions from tires and brakes for the first time, and California has begun requiring manufacturers to evaluate non-toxic alternatives. So what can you actually do? First, don't assume your factory tires are good enough for the long haul. When they wear out, research aftermarket replacements that prioritize longevity. Second, check your tire pressure at least once a month, because improper inflation is one of the fastest ways to shorten tire life. Third, rotate your tires every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. Fourth, have your alignment checked annually. Fifth, moderate your driving, because aggressive acceleration and hard braking alone can reduce tire life by as much as 30%. For EV owners specifically, look into EV-specific tires designed to handle the extra weight and torque. The tire industry is quietly innovating with self-healing tires, smart tires with embedded sensors, and sustainable materials all in development. But for now, the reality is this: your tires are caught between automakers optimizing for showroom appeal, vehicles getting heavier, roads getting worse, and prices getting higher. The only person looking out for your tires is you. As Kara Hitchens at AAA reminded us, your safety is riding on your tires because they are the only components of your car that have direct contact with the road surface. That's worth paying attention to. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and hit the subscribe button.